How about a few official words?
Well, I can't be official. I don't work here anymore, remember?
Well, how about a farewell speech, then?
Oh, no.
I think it's an excellent idea.
Oh, come on, James, a parting shot.
Well, the department didn't give me much time to prepare a speech, so I haven't got a great deal to say. I can't pretend that it's always been fun, but I know that when I walk through those gates tonight, that I'll be leaving most of the friends that I've got behind. And I'd like to thank you all for all the support that you've given me, both in good times and in bad. And I'd just like to, well, wish you all you deserve for the future.
Hell, Jim, you could have wished us luck.
Oh, you look bloody awful. What happened?
Well. Fletcher's little pet of the month. We heard you'd been locked up. What have you been up to?
You really want to know?
If someone has a private meeting with a deputy governor, yeah, I want to know. What's it all about?
Had a visitor today.
So, who was it?
Jack Fitzwater.
And what did Jack have to say for himself?
Nothing much. Just your little drug racket's finished.
You little bitch. What did you say to him?
Nothing much. Just killed him.
You are kidding, aren't you?
What do you think?
God, this place is going bonkers.
You bloody idiot. You really stuffed things up this time.
You scare me to death, Winter.
Are you sure he's dead?
He's got a bloody great knife sticking out of him. What do you want, a written guarantee?
I'll take your word for it.
G'day. Pleased to see me?
Well, look what the cat dragged in.
Just got moved out of A block. Thought you might like a hand, you know? Peddling your wares.
Forget it. She just stuffed up the supply route.
What are you going to do about it?
Dunno. Have to have a think.
She's really buggered things up, eh?
Oh, let it go. She'll keep. I've got things sewn up real sweet in here. If she thinks she's going to stub it up for me, she's got another thing coming.
Sandy, don't you think you ought to sit down?
Got the bedside manner, Doc. It doesn't impress me.
I haven't cracked up, if that's what you think. I knew what I was doing. He got exactly what he deserved. I'd do the same to anybody else who asked for it.
So hopefully we should have the machine installed by tomorrow morning.
Well, it will certainly give the women a new interest, if ever they learn to work it.
Oh, don't worry about that. That's why Mr. Marnie's here, to install the machine and instruct the women.
Good. I can't help but be a little surprised. I mean, the department's not usually prone to making magnanimous gestures.
Well, we mustn't look a gift horse in the mouth.
I'm a little worried about the available space in the workshop. It's pretty cluttered down there.
Well, if we move some of the cupboards to one side, I'm sure there'll be enough room.
All right, then I'll see if we can do it today.
Oh, I think tomorrow morning will be soon enough. Could you organise a work party amongst the women? The sooner we get them interested, the more enthusiastic they're likely to be.
Yes, I will. Yes, if we get them really involved, at least it'll stop them tearing at each other's throats.
You mean Fletcher's backing you?
That's what he says. Came in on the whole thing. I told him it was self-defence, not expecting him to bite. But apparently he had his own axe to grind with Fitzwater over Sunday.
Yeah, Terry Harrison. Well. Nothing better than having a screw for an alibi. You were very lucky.
Luck had nothing to do with it.
What about the knife? How'd you come to get that?
Fitzwater brought it in himself.
Why would he do that?
I told him I wanted it, in a hurry, for a friend.
For someone in here, you mean?
Come on, Bear, you've been back long enough to know what's going on. Someone in here's been spilling their guts to the screws every chance they get.
Yep. Too many things have been going wrong for it to be a coincidence.
Do you mean one of us in here's been lagging on their mates?
Does that surprise you? I'll tell you something. When I get hold of her, I'm going to shut her trap permanently.
Oh, well, if it ain't little Miss Snitch Bitch in person.
I reckon lag bag's a better name for her these days.
How come you're not with your mates, the screws?
Maybe they can't stomach her either.
They can't you stop it? Nobody talks to me these days and step to call me names.
What did you expect?
Come on, love. I'll get tired of it eventually.
Sure. I'll start talking to you when they want the screws to know something.
Get yourself something to eat, love. It'll make you feel better. No, thanks. I'm not very hungry. I'll see you later.
Ease up on her. She's had enough.
Since when did you defend lagging?
I'm not defending it. It stinks. But that's in the past. She won't do it again.
Maybe not. Anyway, it's not her I'm looking for. The one I want's the cold-hearted bitch who's feathering her own nest.
Winter, right?
You'll find out soon enough. But until I know for certain, it's going to be a little secret between me and the lager.
Now, you sure you're all right? There's no point in overdoing things, you know.
I'm fine today, Mrs. Morris. In fact, Sister Franklin said the side's all healed up. Just have to get the stitches out today. Besides, have a look at the garden. It's really gone to the dogs, eh?
I'll leave you to it then.
Here, pups. Look what Auntie Doreen's brought for you. Yeah. It's breakfast. Here you are. Oh, where are your manners? Sit. Sit. Good boys. Oh, yes, you're beautiful doggies, you are. You are, Amber. You know I'm going to bring you something real special every day. Oh, go back, quick, before Pal gets wind of us.
Hello. One slightly used printing press and instructor reporting for duty.
I'm Mrs. Powell, Chief Officer here.
Ian Money. The department sent me along to lend a hand until the women get the hang of things.
Good luck. Personally, I feel it's a waste of time.
Oh? Seems like a pretty worthwhile project to me.
You say so. My bet is the women will have destroyed it in next to no time. Anyhow, let them know you're here. There'll be a work party to help with the installation. Excuse me.
I'm going to need a hand with this, mate. I've just been badly frostbitten.
Want a fag, love?
No, thanks, I've got one.
Well, keeping my spot warm for me, are you? Nice of you. But I'm here now, so you can shove off.
Is that a fact? And who's backing you?
I don't need anyone to back me. What about you?
Oh, I don't need them, but they're there just in case. Isn't that right, girls?
Bit tongue-tied, aren't they?
Hey, Margot, I reckon she needs a bit of convincing.
You could give us a hand sorting if you want to change, Murray.
Well, I reckon I know what's on the menu for lunch today. There's enough chicken around here to feed the whole of Wentworth.
Are you going to move, or am I going to make you?
Well, you can try.
Ladies, who's got lots of energy? We need some volunteers for the workshop. The printing press has arrived, and we need some help with installation.
I suppose there's no point in asking if I can go.
That's right, Smith. You're still on light duties. Who'd like a change of scenery? Right?
Why not? There's nothing around here that won't keep.
Anyone else?
I wouldn't mind going, Mrs. Morris. If nothing else, it'll break the monotony.
I could come too. I've never seen a printing press before.
Oh, Lizzie, I think the work would be too heavy for you.
Oh, yeah, but they'll need somebody to supervise, won't they?
Oh, I suppose so.
Oh.
Right, the rest of you get back to work.
Like I said, It was nice of Murray to look after the press for me.
I thought you'd be gone by now.
Yeah, I'm just a bit worried. These blokes have gone off their tucker.
Well, I wouldn't say that. They haven't left much.
Yeah, but that's not the point. Usually they're looking for more. This is the second time it's happened.
Oh, they look healthy enough to me.
Yeah, but loss of appetite in an animal is a sure sign that something's wrong. I think it might be a good idea if we had a vet check them over.
Oh, well, let's hope it's nothing serious. Who normally looks after them?
Dr. Braithwaite. I left his number with your receptionist. It's got me stumped. They never knock back their food.
Well, the cavalry arrives just in the nick of time, eh?
Well, I don't know what sort of help we'll be, but at least we can get things in some kind of order.
Oh, being surrounded by beautiful women is all the help I need.
God, he fancies himself a bit, doesn't he?
Winter and Peterson, move that bench back against the wall, will you? Now, the rest of you stack everything in these boxes and then either put them in the cupboards or stack them neatly up there in piles, all right?
By the way, I'm Ian Marnie.
Meg Morris.
Meg? That's a lovely old-fashioned name.
Lizzie, what on earth do you think you're doing?
Well, you told us to shift everything, Mrs. M.
You try carrying that, you'll end up getting carried out of here yourself.
It's enough, Winter. You get back to your own work.
Now, that is far heavy for you to carry. Yeah. God, being old's a pain in the bloody bum.
Look, why don't you go and get Mr. Marnie a nice cup of tea? I'm sure you'd like that.
Righto.
Oh, Lizzie.
Yeah?
Would you mind getting one for Mrs. Morris as well? I hate to drink alone.
I'd like 2 copies of each of these by lunchtime if possible, Julie.
Mrs. Davidson, I'm afraid we've got a problem with the guard dogs.
Oh, what is it?
Don't really know. Seem healthy enough to me, but apparently they're off their food. The handler thinks we should call in a vet.
Oh, of course, we'll do so at once. I hope nobody's thrown a bait over the fence.
No, that's not likely. Even then, I doubt whether they'd touch it. Peter said they've been trained to take food only from him.
Well, let's hope it's just a minor problem.
Damn dogs. More trouble than they're worth.
You'll see to it, won't you?
Get me Dr. Braithwaite's number, will you?
Okay, so you must make sure that the letters are set up in the rack back to front. Okay? Back to front before you load the press and start printing. All you need for this job is patience in setting it up and a keen eye for detail.
I reckon he's got a keen eye for detail. Female detail.
Now, that's enough, Lizzie. Pay attention.
Yes, now look, it's not difficult to master, but if you do really want to start printing soon, you're going to have to concentrate.
I reckon we should all concentrate.
We're going to have to work out what we're going to do to Edwards before we get back to the laundry. Maybe a little accident to her face in the steam press might pull her into line.
We? Don't include me. I don't want to end up on the other end of a knife like Fitzwater. I'd rather not get involved.
Oh, you'd rather not get involved? You know, you really take the cake. Do you know that?
I don't see why.
Well, I better refresh your memory. It was your idea to send that note to Fitzwater and sign it from Edwards. That's why her old man copped it, and that's why she killed Fitzwater. So that's 2 murders you've had a hand in. You still reckon you're not involved?
Yes, but
No buts, lady. You play your cards right and I can be a good mate to you. The best you'll have in this dump. But with what I got on you, I can be your worst enemy. Apart from Edwards, that is. So you better make up your mind real quick which one of us you'd rather face. OK, here's how we're going to sort out this little mess. First thing I'm going to do is get in touch with McNally's mob and get the dope flowing again.
What makes you think they'll want to deal with us after what happened to Fitzwater?
Because there's money in it for them, that's why. Besides, we've got access to Edwards and they're going to want her pretty badly.
Do we have to get mixed up with Edwards? I mean, she could stick any one of us, and what's she got to lose? What's one murder, more or less, to her?
Look, don't get your knickers in a twist. I'll take care of Edwards. Once I get the dope flowing, I've got it made as top dog. She won't be able to touch me.
Yeah, everyone will back you if you keep supplying them with happy pills.
Well, don't underestimate Sandy. She's unpredictable and really very dangerous.
Look, stop worrying, will you? I told you I got her number. She's right about one thing, though. Bloody laggers are the scum of the earth. And that goes for here or anywhere else, no matter who's top dog.
You're talking about Burns?
Yeah, that two-faced little bitch needs to be taught a lesson she won't forget in a hurry.
What will you do?
Oh, I got a little plan that'll worry a couple of pounds off her.
Yeah, but is it going to stick me back in solitary again?
It's going to look like harmless fun, but it's going to hit little Miss Goody Two-Shoes right where it hurts. Now, here's how we're going to work it.
Well, there's no temperature, no distension of the stomach, no sign of enteritis. Quite frankly, they seem perfectly healthy to me.
Well, that's a relief. But how do we make the meat?
Try give them 2 of these each morning. And don't worry, they'll eat when they're hungry.
From their attitude, that could be any time now.
German Shepherds are not vicious dogs, Mrs. Powell, not by nature. They're used for this sort of work because they're highly intelligent without being neurotic. They don't enjoy hurting people. They leave that sort of thing to humans.
Possibly. Still, I wouldn't trust them. You must admit they've been behaving strangely lately.
If you ask me, it's 'cause they're lonely. They need a bit of love and attention.
Well, nobody did ask you, Burns, so mind your own damn business. Go on, you heard. Get inside.
Yes, Mrs. Powell.
Could she be right? You know, about them not getting enough attention?
Not a chance. When these dogs start police training, they're taught the discipline of isolation. They aren't used to being mollycoddled. Even though these 2 are rejects, they wouldn't have forgotten that initial discipline, believe me.
What do you mean, rejects?
Oh, look, it just means they're unsuitable for police work.
Why?
Well, we don't know exactly.
It's because they're too savage, isn't it?
Oh, look, a dog can be rejected for any number of reasons. Doesn't necessarily mean he's vicious.
Birdsworth seems very chirpy. I wonder what she's been up to.
Oh, she's been letting her imagination run riot. It's been one of those mornings.
G'day, Pete. You missed out on a real good morning.
Well, I hope it was more exciting than this lunch. I still haven't worked out what that's supposed to be.
It was this bloke, Marnie's, come in to set everything up. Oh, real dreamboat he is. You should have seen the way he looked at Mrs. M. He fell for her like a ton of bricks.
Oh, go on, you're making it up.
No, it's true. He really fancies her. Don't think she seems too happy about it, though.
Well, what do you know? This place is full of surprises, just when you think you've heard everything.
Janet, would you mind swapping duties with me this afternoon?
All right, why? Is there a problem in the workshop?
No, not really. It's just that I don't want to do it, that's all.
All right.
G'day, Dor. Go and get yourself some grub and join us. I've got so much to tell you.
I don't think I'm very good company today, Lizzie. Besides, I think I've changed my mind. I just want to be on my own for a bit. You don't mind, do you?
No, go ahead, love.
Wonder what Madam's up to. I don't know, but we're going to have to watch that one. Hello. Do you mind if I sit down? It's a free country. Just thought you could do with some company.
If that's your professional opinion, Doctor, you're way out of line.
Look, Sally, I know you've been through hell these last few weeks, but I just want to help. I am your friend, after all.
Really?
Of course. Losing a husband and now the Fitzwater business, well, I'm worried about you.
I don't seem to be able to get through to you, do I? I don't want to talk about it, not to you or to anyone. OK, Arthur's death was a shock. But putting that pig Fitzwater in his grave has made me feel a whole lot better about it. I'm going to see who else was involved in it, too. And if I can see the whole lot of them dead, I'm going to feel just fine.
Oh, no!
What's up?
Oh, somebody's nicked Teddy.
Oh, no. Who'd do a thing like that?
I don't know. But it's somebody trying to get back at me for lag, and they're never going to let me forget it. I've had this bloody place.
OK, now don't start bawling. We'll get it back for you.
I wouldn't mind so much, but Lizzie gave it to me, and it meant a real lot to me.
I know, love. There's no point in getting upset about it.
Oh, it's just the start of things. They're going to have a go at me every chance they get.
Well, not if I can help it. I'll find out who took it and make bloody sure they bring it back.
No, B. I don't want you to. I want you to stay right out of it.
But, door, B and me are mates, and we can't just stand by and let someone go round upsetting you without doing something about it.
Yeah, well, you're going to have to this time. I figured it was only a matter of time before they'd have another go at me. It's too much trouble in here right now without me adding to it. Just leave it alone, B.
Nothing doing.
Oh!
I've been looking for you.
Yes, what is it?
I need to see Inspector Grace. It's urgent.
No, I'm sorry, it's out of the question at the moment.
I'm in danger. I have to see him before it's too late.
Danger? From one of the women?
Yes, but I can't tell you who.
Can't or won't.
What's the difference? Do I get to see Inspector Grace or not?
Not unless you give me an adequate reason, no.
Is my death an adequate enough reason?
Someone's onto you. Okay. Leave it with me.
All right, ladies. You know what you have to do, so let's see if we can get some work done before the exercise break.
And then you're leaving the service.
You must be Mr. Marnie. I'm Janet Conway.
Oh, where's Meg? Or Mrs. Morris?
We swapped shifts for the afternoon, won't we?
Oh, nothing? Well, I better get back to it.
If you're serious about getting the drug flow started again, I think I can help.
Oh, yeah? How?
I can get a letter to the mob. My mother's coming to visit me soon. Give me the letter, I'll see she delivers it.
And what's in it for you?
What do you mean?
Don't play dumb with me. What do you get out of it?
Okay. I need your protection.
Against Edwards?
She's got some sort of bee in her bonnet that I'm the lagger. No telling what she might do. I'm convinced she's quite mad.
Well, she might be mad, but she ain't stupid. Okay, fair enough. You get that letter out and I'll back you up if you need any help.
Hey, Mary, want to play catch? Oh, now what little baby could have dropped her toy? Give it back, you rotten bitch! Go on, give it back! Give it back, Winter!
Make me. I'll make you.
Get out!
Oh, you big bully!
Now, all right, that's enough, all of you. Now, move away.
Leave it, fellas. Leave it. Heel, stay. Heel.
Go! You all right, Dory?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Mrs. Morris. Just trying to get my teddy back.
He doesn't seem to be badly damaged. You were lucky the dogs lost interest so quickly.
Yeah, I reckon.
Need a hand?
Oh, no, it's okay. I'm pretty handy with a needle.
Yeah, you're pretty handy with a lot of things I didn't know anything about.
What do you mean?
The way you called those dogs off. And they obeyed you.
Oh, yeah, that was strange, wasn't it?
Come on, Doreen. This is me, remember?
Yeah. Okay, I did call the dogs off. But the screws didn't see it, did they?
Don't think so. But how did you get them to obey you? Those dogs are put there because they're supposed to be vicious.
No, the screws are crazy for being scared of those dogs. They're real friendly, honest, B. I've been feeding them and everything, and they come to me every time I call them.
But how did you get them to obey you?
Well, I went to the library, got this book out called How to Train Your Dog. Yeah, and all you have to do is be firm but kind and let them know who's boss.
Oh, I don't believe this.
Well, I've had real fun doing it, B, and I don't care what the women think of me now, because those dogs are me mates.
God, you're full of surprises, aren't you?
Yeah, but don't let anyone else know, in case the screws find out.
What, not even Lizzie?
No. Nobody, B. Just you and I, okay?
Okay. Don't worry, love. It'll be our little secret.
There you go.
Hello.
Hello, Mum.
Jude, how
Just in time for a cup of tea.
Oh, that sounds great, love. I'm bushed. Would you mind pouring it for me? I won't be a minute.
She seems a lot happier today, love.
She certainly does.
Here we go, Mum.
Thanks, honey.
How was your day?
It was great. I think I'm getting back into the swing of things.
Good.
Although I must admit my bum's a bit sore from sitting on it all day. I think I'll have to get one of those rubber cushions, you know, whoopee. I'm getting old, I guess. And what'd you two do all day?
Oh, not a lot.
Oh, yeah.
No, we sat around, watched a bit of TV.
Listen, this is your honeymoon. You're supposed to be out there enjoying yourselves.
Well, we were a bit worried about you.
You know, I love you very much. I've really enjoyed having you here, but is there some law or something that says you have to drag an old bat like me around with you everywhere?
Hey, we've enjoyed being with you.
And I've enjoyed being with you, but surely there's some place you'd like to be on your own. I mean, didn't you say something about going down to Archer's farm for a while?
Well, we just didn't think it'd be a good idea to leave you so soon.
Well, that settles it then. I want you to get on that phone right this minute, ring Arch, and tell him you're on your way.
Ah, Peterson. That's the person I'm looking for.
Oh?
Get to report to Sister Franklin in the examination room straight away.
At last I'll be able to get away from that terrible printing press. Is someone sick?
Well, Burns has to have some stitches out, but I think the sister wants a hand with the dispensary stock take.
Well, if there's one thing I was always good at, it was accurate stock takings. Shall I go now?
Yes, she's waiting for you. And take Burns with you and save me a trip.
Right.
Yeah? Good as new.
Oh, Doreen, Mr. Faulkner wants us both to go to the infirmary. Apparently you're to have your stitches out of your side.
Oh, yeah, I nearly forgot. I was busy sewing.
You've done a good job on him. Looks just like his old self.
Yeah, I was lucky he didn't get ripped up too bad.
Oh, I wouldn't call it lucky. If you hadn't called the dogs off straight away, probably wouldn't have been too much of him left. I think you were very clever the way you handled it.
Now, hang on. What does she know and who's she going to tell?
Kate Peterson, she knows about me and the dog. She must have been listening when we were talking about it.
Oh, was she now? Well, I'll have to have a few words with her about that. That's a very nasty little habit. One of these days she might just hear something she'll wish she hadn't.
But what if she tells somebody?
The screws, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be a bit of a problem. Don't know exactly how far she would go. Mind you, she's pretty friendly with Pow at the moment. Never mind. I'll sort her out.
Oh, I'm pretty tired now, Bea. I'll probably see you tomorrow, eh?
Okay, love. Sleep tight.
Yeah. Good night.
Night. Oh, God, what a day. Am I glad that's over. Looking pretty frayed around the edges yourself.
Yes, I suppose I am.
Never mind. Good night, Sleety. We'll fix you up. And then you'll feel just fine. See how easy it is to creep up on someone when they're asleep? Now you want to lie here night after night wondering when I'm going to come and get you, do you? Good. I could have cut your throat before you'd even woken up. Now you better do as you're told. And keep your mouth shut about Doreen and the dogs. Otherwise, I'll make sure you never get a decent night's sleep again. Now, am I getting through to you? Good.
Yeah, well, it's good to be starting at a respectable hour for a change. That early morning lark was getting me down.
Oh, well, you know what they say about the early bird, Mum?
Yeah, I couldn't want to worm first thing in the morning. Anyway, darling, where's this hairdresser's of yours again?
Oh, it's about halfway down Epping Road. Listen, if you drop me down about halfway, I might do a bit of shopping first, okay?
Okie doke, love. In you get, ma'am.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Be cheeky.
But that doesn't do anything. Well, what about just push them and push them down? Yes, that does it. So you have to go up further than that. What about this thing up here? What do you think that does? But you're going to have a very tight thing. Well, that counts. They counts how many copies.
You women are supposed to work at the benches. Now get back there and leave that press alone.
Could I speak to you for a moment, Miss Conway? Yes, Mrs. Davidson. You know that Janet Conway, who first came to Wentworth, would never have treated the women like that. Mrs. Davidson, I was only trying to do my job. I realize that, and you do it very well. But you must learn to be more flexible. It's only natural the women will be curious about the press, and we should be encouraging their interest. Well, I certainly wasn't trying to dampen their enthusiasm. I'm sure you weren't. As a matter of fact, I'm a little curious myself. It's very impressive, isn't it? Yes, but I don't think Mr. Marnie will be able to teach them how to use it. Well, we're very fortunate to have him, and the department is very serious about this project. How are the women taking to him? Very well, I think. Personally, I think he's a little strange. I don't think anyone can be that good-humoured all the time. Oh, I didn't realize you'd met him. Oh, I changed shifts with Mrs. Morris. I was in here yesterday afternoon. I see. I got the impression she didn't like him very much either. Oh, really?
Peterson, aren't you on work duty this morning?
Well, yes, I am, Mr. Faulkner, but I have to see Mrs. Powell first.
I'm afraid you'll have a long wait. She's rusted off today.
Oh, I see. Well, it'll have to wait then.
Well, if it's a problem, maybe I can help.
No, it's nothing at all like that. I just wanted to ask her something.
What was it?
Well, it's not really important. She was going to arrange a visit for me. I wondered if she'd left any message about it.
Well, I didn't see anything in the book about it, but I can ask the governor if you like.
Oh, no, there's no need for that. I'm sure Mrs. Powell will sort it all out when she comes back. It wasn't important, honestly.
Small world, isn't it, Lassie?
Get out of this car before I scream my lungs out.
Oh, I don't think you do that, Lassie. I mean, I'm not causing any harm. Just a passenger. Just want a bit of your time, that's all. You can even start the meter going if you want.
Just say what you have to say and get out.
It's good thinking, Brian. Just hear me out, there'll be no trouble. You see, I've been having a pretty hard time since I came out to Pendridge. Very difficult making ends meet.
It's your fault, isn't it?
I don't see it that way, Lassie. I think it's your fault. Seeing how it is, I'm going to give you a chance just to make amends.
Really? You can't get blood out of a stone, can you?
Don't treat me like a fool, man. I don't like it. I just lose my temper. You've got a daughter, haven't you? She just married a nice, upright young man. His uncle just happens to be a pretty well-heeled man of property. Am I coming through?
Why do you have to drag Arch and Jeff into this?
The reason why I want to drag them in is that I need a wee loan, say about $5,000, just to get me started off afresh. I think you can convince Uncle Arch to help me out there, don't you?
Get out of this car before I call the cops. You think I was born yesterday? $5,000 would only just be a down payment.
You're smart, right? You always were. That's how I know you'll get that money for me. Otherwise, I'll tell that wee daughter of yours and her husband. Her mother used to work for me in the massage parlor. Turning tricks at $20 a throw. Lying flat in your back.
She never believed you, you bastard.
Why shouldn't she? It's the truth. They can check up with the police files. It's all there. Well, not all. There's a few nasty details that they don't even know about. But I remember them. Plus a few more stories. That would really make that wee girl of yours hair curl.
You don't care who you hurt, do you?
Care about me first, boy. That's the law of the jungle. Still, your daughter doesn't have to know that her mother was a prostitute. That's for you to decide. You just think it over, Lassie. I'll be in touch real soon. Hi.
G'day.
I'm Fred Kavanagh from Bartlett and Evans.
Sorry, from who?
The estate agent. I'm a maintenance man. I've got a card here somewhere. I don't usually have. Usually have a whole pocket full. Can't find one today.
Don't worry about it. Come here, mate.
Thank you.
What was your name, Mr.
Kavanagh. This won't take very long. It's just that the previous tenants complained that there were some cracks in the plaster that needed filling and painting over.
I can't say we've noticed any.
Would you mind then if I had a wee look around?
No, go for your life, mate.
Thank you. Yeah, well, you're quite right. I can't see anything wrong. Just proves you can't believe everything you hear, eh?
You really like it?
Yeah, I really like it. He did a good job.
Thank you. Listen, are you sure it's all right for us to leave Mum alone?
Love, she told us to go, remember? We can't let Uncle Arch down, can we?
No, I suppose not. And we will have a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, I should have knocked.
We were just about
Don't pay any attention to me, I'm just passing through.
Mum, Jeff and I are going to Uncle Arch's tomorrow.
Well, at least now maybe I'll get some peace and quiet, huh? Hey, kids, were there any phone calls for me or anyone drop in today?
Yeah, Mr. Kavanagh.
Kavanagh?
Yeah, the estate agent bloke just had a look around. Didn't stay long.
Why? Were you expecting someone, Mum?
Oh, yeah, a friend of mine. She said she might drop in, that's all. Look, I gotta go out again for a little while. I won't be long.
Mum, what about your tea?
Don't wait, honey.
You stay here. I'll be as quick as I can.
Yeah, can I help you?
Detective Sergeant Ross. I'd like to see Mrs. Powell, please.
Oh, I'm sorry she's not on today.
Ah, wouldn't you know? You're,
Officer Faulkner, Steve Faulkner.
Nice to know you. Mrs. Powell's supposed to have arranged for me to meet Kate Peterson.
Oh, you're the one. She said you'd be coming.
Yeah, good. I figured that she'd clue you in what was happening. Look, needless to say, we don't want any of the other women to know what's going on.
Sorry?
Well, we've got to keep this undercover, or God only knows what they do to Peterson.
Hey, look, you left me about a mile back.
You said Powell had filled you in.
I didn't say that. You did.
Okay, look, Peterson's got this deal going with Inspector Grace. She's been passing information on to him without the other women suspecting.
You mean about this Fitzwater business?
Oh, that and a whole lot of other stuff. You'd be surprised. Fitzwater was only part of it.
Well, do you think he was behind Edward's husband's death?
It's possible. We're working on it. But we need a lot more information from inside. That's why we want to keep this Peterson deal going for as long as possible. But it has to stay a secret, understand?
Oh, don't worry about me, Sergeant. Discretion's my middle name.
Just one more thing. Up till now, Peterson's been dealing with Inspector Grace. She's never met me. Now, I don't want to go into details, but it's important she doesn't know I'm a detective.
Whatever you say, Mr. Ross.
Well, you're punctual. That's one thing in your favor, Brian.
It was a bloody stupid thing to do, leaving that note. What if my daughter had found it?
She'd only think you're meeting a bloke in the park, that's all.
What do you want? I've already told you I can't help you.
Better not mean that, Brian. Otherwise, you're in real trouble. I want that money in 48 hours. Otherwise, your wee family's going to find out all the gruesome details of your sordid past.
You can tell them anything you like. You see, I've already told them all about me and they don't care. So I've got nothing to fear from you.
You don't expect me to buy that, do you, Brian?
You'll have to, it's the truth.
Well, even if it is, it still doesn't change my plans. I want that money. And even if you have told them your wee secret, then I'll just have to think of some stronger method of persuasion.
You can do anything you like to me. I don't care anymore.
Oh, I believe that. I believe you don't care. But I think you might care about that wee girl of yours. I think you might care if she could sort of get a broken arm or maybe her face was disfigured, wouldn't you?
I ought to kill you.
You tried that once already, Brian. You weren't very successful. Now, I don't think killing's exactly in your line.
Don't you bet on it.
Oh, I haven't. That's why I've taken out that extra insurance policy. See, if anything at all happens to me, there's a letter goes right away to that son-in-law of yours and his uncle. I want a copy to the police force, too. It doesn't exactly spell out your name in letters 50 foot high, but it wouldn't take them 5 minutes to put it all together.
You're bluffing.
Maybe I am. But then again, can you take the gamble? 48 hours, Brian. Then I'm coming looking for that wee girl of yours.
48 hours.
Mrs. Peterson?
I'm sorry. I was expecting someone else.
Sorry to disappoint you. I'm Ernie Ross.
Ross? Why have we been left alone?
Orders from your Inspector Grace, I suppose.
You're from the police?
God, no, do me a favour. No. I owe Grace one, and he's not the kind of guy to let anyone off the hook. I'm your witness.
Well, that is good news. Beginning to think Grace was just stringing me along.
No, though apparently he hasn't been so keen on the deal lately. He figures Fitzwater's death's liable to take the edge off things, and you're not going to be much use to him.
Oh, does he now? Well, at least you're here. What's the story going to be?
Well, Grace figures we should stick to as much of the truth as possible, so when they check us out, they don't find any loopholes.
Makes sense.
Right, well, I've got the Boulevard Motel up the Central Coast. What I figured was I'd fix the register to show that you and your boyfriend and the kid came to stay for a while. And then I'll tell them that I heard shouting and screaming coming from your unit and saw you and the little boy all cut up and bruised. If that doesn't paint a good picture, I don't know what will.
I like it. Thank you. Of course, I'll make it worth your while.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about the money. Grace says it's worth 2.5. That doesn't seem like much for committing perjury.
Fair enough. Suppose we say 5.
Half up front?
Could be a little difficult. I don't exactly have a mattress stuffed with money in here, you know.
Yeah, I realise that, but you must have some way of getting funds when you need them.
All right. I suppose I have any choice. Go and see my mother and ask her to give you my small gold key. I'll ring her and tell her to expect you. Her address is 27 Belmore Lane, Corandall.
Corandall. That's outside the city, isn't it?
Yeah, about 20 minutes or so. Now, when you get the key, go to the Musgrove Road Bank in Bolton and open my safety deposit box. It's 314. Don't worry, I'll ring them.
314, right, I've got that. And what, the money's in the box?
No, there are bank books in the box to various accounts I don't want anyone to know about. I'll fix things from there.
Got to hand it to you, Mrs. Peterson. You've certainly got things organised.
Well, you were the only thing that was missing, and now I have my witness. I don't think there's anything I haven't covered.
Well, I better get going. That young officer could get suspicious if I'm here too long.
Fine. Oh, one more thing, Mr. Ross. Can I trust you to do something for me without Inspector Grace knowing about it?
Sure, there's no love lost between Grace and me.
This letter is very important. See it gets the person it's addressed to without Grace getting his hands on it, will you?
Don't you worry, Mrs. Peterson. I'll take care of it.
Right. See you in court.
We're ready, mate. Wait till Grace gets a load of this. He's going to think he's won the lottery.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too when morning comes around.